No, you paid close attention to Mr. Polita, especially on that night. You had a spy camera, bitch. Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Polita's room that night of the murder. Secretly film what? And then sent the images to the camera. Sent the images to the camera to this transmitter. Wow, but dude, this was the camera you're talking about. Where was the camera hidden? In this bear. In a giant bear, in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. Dude, I guess Ron had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. Sure did. Who else could have been fun? Gave this bear to Mr. Polita was. You. Hold on a sec, I'm gonna ask my mom, okay? Because I can't be friends with someone like you. You're gonna call the police on me. You. Mr. Ungard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. But yeah, he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did your bear tell you? He says you were the one that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Ungard. If I didn't know how you worked in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Here's proof that you put the camera inside the bear. Whack it with the credit receipt, Mr. Ungard. It's from you, and you bought the stuff, that stuff. Dude, all you can tell is from that is I spent $3,000. I go to the department store all the time, okay? This 3,800 could be a toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? I doubt it. It's ugly, and I got it. Elephant hair for bristles? You? Elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So, can I ask you one thing? Yes? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking at stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds like more, like stupid lawyer talk to me. But hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? Not yet. I haven't asked you why the camera, you set the camera up here. And what your secret is, of course, would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. I have a feeling that the reason... Adrian Andrews, there's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Corrido were having secret meetings. You who were keeping tabs on Mr. Corrido You are going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal. Is that right? Dude, you can't be such a moron. Huh? No, man, Mr. Lawyer, dude. That kind of scandal. That's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juicy. The good stuff, juicy. Look, we can get public publicity without spending a penny. With that kind of stuff. I mean, if people start paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason was buying something innocent, so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Kurita because of Miss Andrews. There's only one way, and I could think of you to do such a thing. What? What is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. That man is Shelly the Killer. I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly the Killer. That's ridiculous. Why would I know of some shady scumbag like him? If you didn't really know him, then why did you are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? Mr. Madangard, I know why you know Mr. Timmy. You're his client. Since you're the one who set up the camera, that means you knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how would you know something like that? It's because you're his client, that's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corrida. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt, and God. And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyways. Mr. Ungard, you really did hire. Yeah, and I was putting on a damn good show. Hold on a second, I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably time anyway. About time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer, dude. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Madangard. Now give me your... Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy for you to gather as much information as you have. You really are Shelly the Killer's client. You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What did you mean? And that woman agent was quite brave of herself. Tried to stick the crime on me. I think she had it in her. But all I care about is one is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? You're lying. What the terrible? It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let the grown-ups talk a little about more adult things. But why? Why did you hide the video camera in? The weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. So he knew about Adrian's secret. But I ain't no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. What? Oh, come on. Oh, right. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And That's why? Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face in the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right. That video is my insurance. Isn't that why, what do they call it, Mr. Wright? Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm a grown-up and I can do good enough for an answer for you, little girl. Why would you kill Mr. Corita? Because he was about to sling so much onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it? If Mr. Corita had been able to give it, Mr. Engarde's secret would have been... Ah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know. I had no interest in doing it. Really? But bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. That's how Mr. Clear dropped dead. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People or simpler things should be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it, the assassin fell too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Even all they're working butts off for me. Mad on guard. And all I had to do was play stupid. Like a surfing dude. Did I leave you speechless? What a shame. Dude. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked you if you had killed Juan Corita, and you answered very clearly you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty is taking the catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Corita. Ha ha ha! How dare you say that in court? But too bad you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop by my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? But you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mr. Meyer! You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word, so I hear. You could end up getting a son in front of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel! So if I were you, Mr. Esquire, I think I would give my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that if memory serves. Of course, we all knew how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now, you finally found it. And now you finally, the starting line of this case. Edgeworth, I don't care about the whole atmosphere. Let's return to the precinct. Well, Wright, what are you going to do if you plan on changing the schedule? No! You can't do that. That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Mr. Edgeworth! Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What you can do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer, mad on guard. That man is really Doesn't matter who, every person deserves a proper defense in a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of a judicial system? Proper defense. But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? It's ironic that you, of all people, should say that such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you fought for your clients until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed in my clients to the innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get in guard of that an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. Just don't know what I can do. Right? Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? That's... You're a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Francisca von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, and when you know the truth is not with you, but I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict for a man who I clearly know to be guilty. Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is a perfect win record, that's all. And isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you mean? Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect win record are meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith that you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. I'm sorry for what happened to you earlier. But now, mister, you wager you can attain a quarter tomorrow? My. Hey, what is the matter, mister? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you are asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah? This is what I like to call myself. I call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what at my what's called client relations, and it is part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We are unlucky this time. My client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do, enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before, however. You did, but my name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please keep in mind that you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. You failed to keep up your end of this bargain. Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see if she receives some nice long Now then, if you will excuse someone to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Meow. Mr. Maya! Mr. Maya! I don't know what to say. Edgeworth? Did you hear that at the end of the transmission? A meow? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat? It can't be. That cat, can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding my Edgeworth. Have all the police units head to On Guard's mansion immediately. Alright, you hurry over there as well. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun! We're coming, Maya! As fast as we can run! On Guard mansion living room. Maya! Please answer us, Mystic Maya! We have all of this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. He was in guard working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. First, let's get that bear. Just so happens that... oh, it's a figurine of a bear. Oh, there are lots of cuts on him for some reason. Bear. Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Quick? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door. So... oh, I'm sure that's for Shoe. Do you think this came through that little door? That door, it's locked. Well, pretty used to make it hit doors down. Let's go, Edgeworth. Slam! Slam! Crush! Ah, there's no one here. From what it looks like, this room, say this is On Guard's private lounge. Look at this, right? Antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and the VCR! Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment of the crime was committed on record. I thought, I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No! But there's no mistake that someone used this to record. Looks like somebody took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. Mr. Nick! Let's check the wine cellar. We've searched all over, but it looks like he... I'm sorry. Looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be our pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I could tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of the district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love, Celeste. Miss Impax, you mean? Yes, Mr. Cletus' former manager. Why would a picture of Miss Impax be in Mr. Guard's mansion? And why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Ah! What's wrong, Pearls? Let me see that picture frame. What's so special about this? On the back. Something grinning on the back of the frame. Maya! It's Mr. Maya! She left us a message! What? I thought you would come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get and guard the guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever! I'm fine! So don't worry, to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for that helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. That's it, No, Mr. Kamaya! Right! Alright. What's wrong? Why the blanks? Nothing. We've searched the entire house. This is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth? Yes? As far as the clues go, I think this is about all I'm gonna get. But I'm still short of one last thing. And what is that? If I could just find out what she's hiding, then I think I could stand a chance of court. To blow this course wide open with the truth, Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. I'm tired of all these damn Psyche-Locks in this damn case! Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your Psyche-Lock. Psyche-Lock? I want to know, and you will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can.
Take that!
Now look into this, Magatama! I am one of the 6 samurai, and I will break you. I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews. You may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's what. What an absurd lie. I don't know. Have any idea anything I want to take revenge for. She's a woman who lives by being dependent. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. And I, of the shadow of the 6 samurai, Medio Dragoon, will reveal your secrets with this. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could have caused such strong feelings, even revenge, and that's Miss Impax's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. And on top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was Juan. What else does this have to do with Matt? You're right, you haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ngard, it would, not Clarita, it would mean that he, must have had some relation to Miss Impax in her suicide, and not Mr. Cluita. Can you explain this relationship then? This photograph we found in Madame God's house. This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. What? With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, is it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found it at Mr. Ingard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Now tell us why you... Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Cluita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Ungard? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste. She was its manager for a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working past the time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why. With love, Celeste is written on that frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything splendid or that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible! Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. Scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that's when she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan was such a good match that they even planned. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure you can guess why Juan called off the wedding, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see, so that's what happened. But... then why did Mr. Cluita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impax! That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then Juan discovered her body and hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge, there's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note at a time when it would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. If it was so I could find out about all of this, so that I drew it close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it's only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it even went public. I was going to burn it. I even bought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when when revenge crossed my mind. I was going to bring them down with my own cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, and so when I stabbed Juan's body with that night, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I am a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you for so much for your time and talking with me. It's no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyways. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation or with that, what I know now. To be continued in the next video.